You are not just tired, you are neurochemically impaired. And tonight, we fix the foundation. Most people sacrifice sleep first when life gets demanding. That is a catastrophic biological error, and the science is completely unambiguous about this. Sleep is not a luxury. It is the most powerful cognitive and physical recovery mechanism your body already owns, free to use and almost universally mismanaged. We are not doing sleep hygiene tips today. We are going point by point through the exact mechanisms that break your brain without adequate sleep, and the precise fixes that directly address each one. At point 5, I will show you the one thing millions of people do each week believing it helps them relax. That is, in fact, destroying the most important recovery phase of the entire night. 7 sleep problems, 7 mechanisms, 7 fixes. Let us begin. Point 1. Your brain runs a dedicated internal cleaning cycle every single night, and most people are unknowingly skipping it. Your brain's constant metabolic activity generates waste products throughout the day, including proteins that research consistently links to accelerated long-term cognitive decline. During deep sleep, the spaces between brain cells expand dramatically, allowing cerebrospinal fluid to flow through and flush those accumulated toxins out. This biological waste disposal system is called the glymphatic system. Skip that process even one night, and the waste stays inside, producing brain fog, slowed reaction times, and compounding damage that builds silently over years. This cycle peaks during the first half of the night, which means every late-night screen session or work sprint directly cuts into the brain's only daily window to physically clean itself. The fix: stop all high-stimulation activity, screens, demanding cognitive work, intense exercise, 90 minutes before sleep. You are giving the brain's cleaning crew the time it needs to prime before the night shift begins. If your brain is a factory, point 2 is about the chemical that accumulates all day and forces the factory to close, and what caffeine is actually doing to that entire process. From the second you wake, adenosine accumulates in your neural tissue. The longer you stay awake, the more it builds, and the stronger the biological pressure to sleep becomes. Caffeine does not remove adenosine, it occupies the receptors that detect it. When the caffeine eventually clears, all that stored pressure arrives at once. That is your crash. If you are using caffeine to override a sleep deficit, you are not fixing the problem. You are borrowing energy from your future self at a compounding biological interest rate, and the debt always collects. The fix has 2 parts. Delay your first coffee 90 minutes after waking. Your body's natural cortisol spike handles residual adenosine during that window. Then eliminate all caffeine at least 10 hours before bed. Most people finish their afternoon coffee at 2 or 3 in the afternoon and are genuinely confused when sleep will not come at 11 that night. The arithmetic is straightforward once you see it written plainly. Adenosine controls the pressure. Point 3 controls the clock, and your clock is currently being set by the most disruptive possible source. Point 3, you're giving yourself biological jet lag every single night, and the screen you are holding is the direct cause. Your brain contains a small cluster of neurons that functions as your master biological clock. Its primary calibration input is light, specifically short wavelength blue light. Blue light in the morning correctly tells your brain to produce cortisol and suppress melatonin, exactly what waking up requires. Blue light from a phone at 10 at night sends the identical signal, telling your brain it is still midday. Research consistently shows that evening screen exposure can delay the biological onset of melatonin by several hours, effectively placing your body in a different time zone than your actual schedule demands. The fix: step outside within 1 hour of waking and get 10 to 30 minutes of direct sunlight, not through glass. This anchors your biological timer and schedules melatonin onset for 14 to 16 hours later, right on cue. At night, switch to amber lighting or use blue light filtering tools on your devices. Light is your most powerful biological time signal. Begin using it with deliberate intention. Point 4. Your body must physically lower its core temperature to flip the sleep switch, and most bedrooms are silently working against that process throughout the entire night. Entering and sustaining deep, slow-wave sleep requires your core temperature to fall by roughly 2 to 3 degrees. Even a slightly warm room keeps your nervous system in a low-grade state of arousal that blocks the transition. A dedicated region in your brain monitors core temperature as a continuous biological signal. If the body cannot efficiently vent heat, that region refuses to initiate the sleep cascade, an ancient protective response wired into human biology. The fix: set your sleep environment to approximately 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Then deploy the counterintuitive technique that accelerates the drop. Take a hot shower or bath about 1 hour before bed. Hot water pulls blood to the surface of your skin. When you step out into the cooler air, heat radiates away rapidly and your core temperature falls sharply. You are manually venting internal heat to trigger the neural sleep switch. Point 5 is the one I referenced at the start. The thing millions of people do each night, believing it helps them unwind, when it is systematically removing the most critical phase of their recovery. Point 5, alcohol is not a sleep aid, it is a sedative, and those two things are fundamentally biologically different. Alcohol suppresses your prefrontal cortex and accelerates loss of consciousness, but it nearly eliminates REM sleep, the phase your brain requires most for complete cognitive and emotional recovery. REM is where your brain consolidates memory, processes emotional experience, and runs its complex problem-solving operations. It is the sleep phase that produces the feeling of being truly restored, not merely unconscious. This is why sleeping 9 hours after drinking still leaves you cognitively dulled and emotionally fragile the next morning. You were sedated. Your brain never received the recovery phase it needed. As the sedation fades, your nervous system rebounds sharply, which is precisely why alcohol reliably wakes you at 3 in the morning, mind racing, with no path back to sleep. The fix: if you drink, finish your last glass at minimum 4 hours before bed. Your body needs time to metabolize the ethanol and its stimulant byproducts before the brain's cleaning cycle can properly begin. REM protected. Point 6 is about the chemical your own stress response generates, the one that makes deep sleep biochemically impossible even on a completely sober night. Point 6. Cortisol and melatonin operate on a strict biological seesaw. When cortisol remains elevated late in the evening, melatonin is chemically suppressed, and the threshold into sleep cannot be crossed. This produces the tired but wired state. Your body is physically depleted, but your threat detection system is still running, still scanning, still refusing to permit full unconsciousness. The fix: 2 hours before bed, write down every open task and unresolved concern for tomorrow. Externalizing that data signals to your brain that the information is safely stored. It no longer needs to hold those loops active. Follow that with a deliberate breathing pattern: a double inhale through the nose, then a long, slow exhale through the mouth. This directly engages the vagus nerve, activating rest and digest mode and slowing your heart rate within minutes. Point 7. Consistency is the structural foundation all other fixes depend on. If your wake time drifts 2 or 3 hours between weekdays and weekends, your biology is perpetually recalibrating and never fully stabilizes. Choose one wake time and hold it within 30 minutes, 7 days a week. Your wake time is the anchor that every hormonal rhythm, digestive cycle, and cellular repair process synchronizes to, without exception. Sleep is not passive rest. It is the most metabolically active maintenance your body performs. Protect it deliberately, and every downstream system gets measurably easier. Subscribe. This is where the science gets clear.